Sean O'Connell, Dan Hardy for a SmartCage breakdown of a main event we have coming up on May 1st. Phil Davis, Rob Wilkinson, former Bellator champ, former PFL champ in a light heavyweight feature. Dan Hardy is going to show us what makes Rob Wilkinson so dangerous in this fight.
Well, given the fact that obviously you're Phil Davis, I'm expecting wrestling pressure. I'm expecting to be defending takedowns, to be scrambling back to my feet, or potentially using some of the Jiu-Jitsu that we know Rob Wilkinson has got in his arsenal from earlier in his career. But since he hit the PFL, he's been an absolute barbarian in the clinch, and I feel like that's going to be a real key to victory here, right? A lot of fighters like to fight at this range. Rob Wilkinson makes people very uncomfortable by fighting right on top of them, right? One of the reasons why he's so good here, of course, is because if it hits the mat, he's got grappling to back himself up. But in this clinch, he can get that single necktie, he can punch to the body, punch to the head, and then double up with this knees to the body and head as well. And in this position, of course, it's going to be really valuable given the fact that he's up against a wrestler. He just needs to negate that level change and potentially use his jiu-jitsu to threaten that. But I like him in this close range. I like him with that single necktie, so he's got this barrier between him and his opponent. He's pulling down on the back of the head whilst pushing in with his elbow to buckle the back of his opponent. This brings the head down for uppercuts and for big knees in the clinch. And I think that's going to be a real key against Phil Davis.
And we have seen Rob Wilkinson finish fights that way. Amari Akhmedov ate a bunch of those in what proved to be $1 million championship for Rob Wilkinson. So I like it. Mr. Wonderful Phil Davis, former Bellator champion. He's dangerous in a lot of places. That's why his game is kind of timeless. He's older than a lot of the fighters in the field in this tournament. Doesn't matter because the way he fights is timeless. Let's talk about measuring distance for Phil Davis. Like Dan said, a lot of fighters want to be in this range here where you can touch. A lot of folks don't know I'm safe at light heavyweight if I'm about here. Not the case with Mr. Wonderful. He is so fast and explosive with these big single shots. He'll make you think about something else when he shows you a takedown. Ha! The overhand. We saw him with the big head kick against Linton Vassell. He closes distance very, very well for those big attacks. But of course, against someone as dangerous as Rob Wilkinson, I think Mr. Wonderful is going to wrestle. And if you let this guy, former national champion at Penn State, lock his hands anywhere, you're going for a ride. If it's his head inside single, he's going to take you down here. If he gets his hands around your hips on the double, you're going somewhere. Even in this clinch, if he gets double underhooks on your body, you're going to go for a ride. So let's assume at some point this fight goes to the ground. If you're Rob Wilkinson, you can't wrestle your way back up. You got to use jiu-jitsu and sweeps to get back up, and I'll show you why. A lot of people against the fence here will elevate by building a base back. You can't do that against Mr. Wonderful. Against anybody, but especially in these wrestling exchanges, he goes to this ankle ride. He used it to win a national championship in college. And we talked about this Dagestani handcuff. No, it's a Mr. Wonderful, it's a Phil Davis handcuff. He's been using it for decades now in the MMA game. He controls the far side arm, he breaks down your base, he punches you, he elbows you, he'll hit you under the armpit. He's attacking from everywhere. And again, if you try to wrestle back up, building a base, he's just gonna break you down again. So you have to pull guard, use sweeps, use the fence to your advantage, face Phil Davis if he takes you down.